So during this quarantine, your teenager won't get off his rump and put the phone down and get some exercise. What are you supposed to do? That is today's question on Tips on Teens. Welcome back. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families live happier lives. I lead two organizations, the group Private Practice Teen Therapy Center, and also the nonprofit organization Child and Teen Counseling, both in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I join you on your lunch break at noon on Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. And let's jump into today's. Since the pandemic began, my 13-year-old has been getting almost no exercise. This is not something we have worried about in the past because his school has a decent PE program, and he generally played one sport at a casual recreational level each season. Summer was camp. My husband and I have tried everything. We ask him to walk, swim, bike, do yoga, or fitness videos with us. We are willing to walk 3 miles round trip to McDonald's for a milkshake if he will join. This has happened once. Once a week, we make the entire family go on a hike. Our son complains a lot, but he does go, particularly because his older brother joins us. It is, however, hard for us to require family exercise as his older brother is a tennis player and a surfer. Our oldest son is both motivated to practice and happens to like sports that are uniquely suited to a pandemic. I have tried telling my 13-year-old he needs to move his body in some way and that he must go outside without his phone for at least an hour a day. He is pretty happy to sit outside and read. He is a great kid. He is skinny, but I think that for his mental, emotional, and physical well-being, he needs some form of exercise. However, I can't stand fighting with him and don't want to create a situation where he rebels against all physical activity because of how his parents handled it during the pandemic. Pre-pandemic, this problem did not exist. Short of punishing my son by taking the phone until he exercises, I'm not sure what to do. Well, this is an interesting problem. First, the question I have is, how serious is this problem, right? He sounds like he's a pretty happy-go-lucky kid. If he is really happy being out in the backyard and reading a book all day, it's not the worst thing in the world. If he's generally, his emotional well-being is pretty good, it's not a crisis, which is a good thing to have. I love to handle non-crises, right? So we want to make sure it doesn't turn into a crisis. So he's not getting the physical activity he used to. Before it was PE, it was after school basketball or baseball, whatever he was doing. He had summer camp. Doesn't sound like he was, loved sports, but he likes sports. My hunch is he's kind of like most adults where they don't want to exercise by themselves. It's boring. It's tedious. It's one reason why people get trainers. Now, in full disclosure, my brother's a trainer. He's a great trainer. But after a while, have a trainer, you kind of know how to do it. But it's boring to do it by yourself. Having a partner there to tell you what to do, when to do, to push you harder, to make you do those extra 5 reps, it helps. Because doing it by yourself, you go, I'm going to go get a smoothie, right? So those are adults. He's 13. So expect him to go ride his bike on his own or go swimming on his own, probably not going to happen. It sounds like these parents are trying to get him to do it with them, which is great. I encourage you to keep doing that. Maybe it's something you just wrap into your morning routine. You get up, you eat breakfast, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you make your bed, and then you go exercise. Maybe the whole family does it together. Maybe he'll complain, but do something that he finds fun. If it's going in the pool and throwing a ball at each other in the pool, try that. If it's doing jump rope, if it is fencing with Nerf swords, whatever it is, find something that he finds appealing. Another thing that I found interesting in this is he'll go on the hikes because his brother goes. And I'm wondering if he looks up to his brother and kind of wants to emulate his brother. Now, I don't know how much his brother wants to be in that mentor role, but what if his brother was willing to, 3 days a week, hey, you and me, let's go on a bike ride together. Let's go swimming together. Let's go on a hike together. Let's walk the dog together. Let's wrestle together. I don't know what that is, but if you can kind of, enlist his big brother into helping, maybe he wants to have that role. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know how old his brother is. Maybe his brother is 17 and is just too cool for school and not interested in being with a 13-year-old. I don't know. But it could be a conversation to have. Also, if his brother does help, it's important that his brother does not turn into the drill sergeant of, come on, dude, you're weak. You should do it better. Right? It's all about having fun. It's not about doing the optimal amount of exercise. It's about having fun. If exercise is fun, there's more likely he will continue doing it. Again, he's not training for a marathon or the Olympics. He's just trying to get a little bit of exercise. But again, if his emotional state is not that affected, if he's feeling pretty good, maybe, he doesn't need as much exercise as everyone else. Now, I'm not saying it's not helpful. It's great for all of us to get exercise. I get it. But it may not be it may not be the hill you die on, is what I'm saying. Take what you can get him just do a little bit, but make sure it's fun. If hikes aren't his fun thing, what is fun? Find a way to make it fun. Is it ping pong? Is it dodgeball? Is it tag? What does he enjoy? And I think the more you incorporate his enjoyment in something, the more you'll find that he is more cooperative in joining. Anyways, that is our question for today. Keep them coming. We love your questions. Thank you very much. If you'd like your question answered, next Wednesday at noon, you can email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint, and I'll see you next week on Tips on Teens. Bye-bye.